What's going on, people? I am Swaver, and this is the Opinionated Facts Media Group podcast. I'm joined by two special guests, Lovejoy and Sunflower. The mission of this podcast is to build better relationships within the community through using the power of conversation. How are you guys feeling today?
Feeling
Great.
pretty good. Pretty good.
That's
How you
one.
feeling?
I'm alright, I'm alright, or whatever.
Just all right.
I'm alright.
All right. Well, we're going to roll with all right.
Okay, well, today we got a special episode for you guys who's going to be listening. We are going to be talking about the three types of co-parenting. And with me having a child, I think I could speak on this a little bit. And I'm sure a lot of people can relate to co-parenting or the lack thereof. So I'm going to share a fact there with you guys really quickly, just to kind of get everything started and why I actually want to talk about this topic. There was an article written on mymodernlaw.com, and it was talking about the statistics for kids who have divorced parents. And so the article was talking about 50% of kids will have divorced parents. Today, with more kids being part of a family of divorce, there isn't the same stigma. Although having this many kids with divorced parents isn't something to celebrate, it is good to know that many of their peers have gone through the same thing. So it's not good while there's more people with divorced parents, but at least in the classroom now, 50% of the class may have had divorced parents, so it won't make one person feel out of place. Did y'all know that?
I did not know the percentage was that high. Well, I guess I can understand it because even when I was younger, it was more people in the class that had divorced parents, and I was like the weird person who was still living at home with both parents.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I grew up in the one parent household.
I don't know what you call my situation. My parents were together and not together, and then they was together and not together. But there was never another person involved. So I didn't meet another woman by my father. I didn't never meet another man from my mother, but they just had their on and off situations. It was pretty interesting. So we're going to talk about the three. So let's get right into it because we don't have y'all waiting or whatever. But anyway, there's the three types of co-parenting is parallel, conflicted, and cooperative. So the first one we'll start with is the parallel co-parenting. They said that this is the most common form of co-parenting because in this type of co-parenting, the parents don't communicate at all. So how many of you guys know that? Like people that are co-parenting but don't have anything to do with each other?
Yeah.
Yes, have been there, done that. And it's so crazy because just because they don't communicate doesn't mean that there's still not a problem there. It's just we just choosing to ignore the problem.
That's true. This is on smithjanestutzman.com. That's where I'm getting this information from if you guys want to go check out the three types of co-parenting. And so for parallel co-parenting, that approach may create consistency for children, but there's no active discussion or collaboration between the parents. So it could be good for kids with consistency, but then it's still not good because the parents don't communicate. So we'll move on to the second one. Now, I can tell you guys this. I have definitely experienced a little bit of that parallel co-parenting as far as like when I say experience, I don't mean by my parents, but well, I can't say that too. But I have seen a lot of that. But this next one, I have to say, this is the one I see the most. This is called conflicted co-parenting. So conflicted co-parenting involves constant fighting, poor interaction, and a lack of communication between former partners. This style can be particularly harmful to children, and family conflict contributes to poor outcomes for children. Do y'all know anybody that's doing some conflicted co-parenting?
I'll say that I was in like a conflicted situation and I more so wanted it to be parallel. And it's like, look, you come in, you want to do all this arguing. And I don't care if it's not about the child, let's agree that it's just about the child and that's it. There's nothing more, nothing less. Let's focus on the child's needs. You want to go back down memory lane. Listen, that's done.
What you think, Joy? What you think about the conflicted co-parenting?
No, I agree with her because like if we're gonna always argue, then in a crazy way, the parallel is way better. I can't argue with you constantly. Like I said, being a child of divorced parents, my parents got divorced when I was a little bit older, like teenage years, but always the arguing and the yelling and can't be around each other. Like that creates a very hostile environment for a child to have to be in.
I agree with that 100%. And I'll have to say, I've also experienced a little bit of that conflicted co-parenting as well. Even though my parents are not divorced, sometimes I did feel like they was co-parenting. And there was definitely some conflict here and there. And I don't think conflict is bad in itself. I mean, like when it gets physical and people start cursing each other out, well, yeah, we're going into a different situation there. But yeah, that's conflicted co-parenting. So the last one that we're going to talk about, and this is supposed to be the standard or the highest standard for co-parenting, it's called cooperative co-parenting. In this style of co-parenting, parents work together to plan and coordinate their children's lives, offer some support to each child, avoiding unnecessary conflict. This approach allows children to recover better from divorce. It also promotes more positive outcomes for all parties involved. So what do y'all think about that? Have y'all seen that out there?
I mean, I have not seen like with my own eyes, but with research and looking and learning about different styles and things, yes.
I've seen it a few times when the children get older and they don't have to communicate with each other as much. Like, I feel like my parents went through all these three phases of parenting. It was like a 12-step program where they started out as the conflicting, then it's the parallel, and then it got to the cooperative. But like I said, it was when my brothers, because at that point I was older, of course, my brothers got older and it was like, oh, okay, we don't got to be mad all the time. We ain't got to fuss. Hey, you getting the kids? Hey, I'm getting the kids. Hey, who picking up who? Like, and so it's like, who are you people? But it
Mm-hmm.
normally doesn't happen when the kids are younger because you have to communicate with the other parent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, I think that's the problem. Like, it's still some bitterness between the people when they have kids. Or
I
some.
think so, especially when they're young. It's hard when they get older. I mean, they are able, when they become self-sufficient and able to do things on their own. That's the walk in the park,
Yeah, I get that.
This is a question I had though. If you can do cooperative co-parenting, how come you can't be in a relationship? And if you have conflicted co-parenting, how did you have a child in the first place? And if you have a parallel relationship, and y'all not talking at all now, why were y'all talking in the first place?
So you had one for all of them.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand here. What happened?
because conversations like this weren't had. It was, come
Mm-hmm.
on, you know what I want, and then you got a situation, and then oh, now you want to talk about, oh well.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. To the listeners, this one was a short one, man. We just wanted to come and talk to you guys about these three types of co-parenting styles. We want to know, if you are a co-parent, what kind of style of co-parenting are you and the other parent chosen to go with? We want to know down in the comments below. If y'all like this type of content, like and subscribe. I am Swearer. This is the Opinionated Facts Media Group podcast. I'm joined by special guests Lovejoy and Sunflower. And until next time, peace.